welcome back to the channel. Big massive thank you to everyone who's watched my videos from Snetterton. Massive thank you to everyone who's subscribed. Got 13,000 views on my first race. Where's 13,000 subscriptions? Come on, throw us a sub. What this is about, obviously we're I'd say in between races, that's what we are. Been 2 weeks since the last race, 2 weeks before the next one. Due to work commitments, I'm just a bit stuck getting stuff done. Hence, I'm home this weekend and I need to get cracked on. I did have a few issues, so I do need to get them addressed. Now, it's not always about the race weekend itself. While you're at home, you've still got things to do. And this is what this little section's about. I have got plenty to do. I had a few issues. I'll come back to that. I'd like to thank one of the subscribers, Guitars and Drones. Thank you. He's given me a really good idea, which I did miss, and I didn't really put it into the actual race weekend, which I really should have. So I'd like to thank Guitars and Drones. In future, I will be adding this part, and it is literally the setup at bike. What I do, the little changes I make, because I did do lots of stuff while I was at Snetterton, in between races. There's loads of things that you do, and I didn't really show it. So I'm going to put that back in. Big massive shout out to Guitars and Drones, one of the subscribers. Thank you for that. So I am, and that's what this part's about. This is about what we're actually going to do. Now, I did have throttle issues. I didn't have to, but I have ordered a new throttle. I've got that. I'm going to get that done today, calibrate it and everything. I'm going to show you all that anyway. I've got an overheating issue. The fans didn't come on at all. I had to keep switching the bike off so it didn't overheat while we were waiting. So it's still got fan on, so I just don't know if it's disconnected. I'll check it anyway. I'll see if any error codes come up. And then I had a problem with that. If you watch the races and you'll see, not only am I really shocking at doing a start, but coming out of corners, just no acceleration. When I did first get the bike, what I did was it had a 15 on the front and a 43 on the rear, sprockets. I'm going to go back to that. So I did change it to a 16 front and a 45 rear, I think. So I think I'm going to change it back. I'll explain why, and just see if I can get that acceleration better coming out at corners. I might have put the gear in wrong, but it's trial and error. That's what it's about. It's about trial and error. I've also got all the basic maintenance that needs to be done. I'll explain about the brake pads, because I changed the brake pads while I was there. Massive difference. So I will do that one as well. I've got brake pads to check. My water, overheating. My oil, I'll check the oil. It was fresh in. It was brand new for the last race. I will check it. I'll have a look at it, see if it needs changing. I've got my brake fluid. I noticed as the race was going on, my fluid got a bit low, so I am just going to give that a little top up. And I'm going to lube the chain as well. So I always like to keep the chain lubed. I've never had a chain snap on me, let's put it that way, in all my biking career. Right, like I said, big massive thank you for everyone who's subscribed. If you're not a subscriber, throw us a subscription, throw us a sub, throw us a like. Look at my last video, I did put on an actual track walk of me walking around track, showing you how I take it. I'm not a professional. If it helps you, it helps you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Throw it a like anyway. Right, I'll be going out to the garage and then we'll be carrying on. Once again, cheers, thanks. Well, we're here. Now, what I will say is, oh, everything's going wrong. Got my laptop set up. This is the Hex GS 911. This is the actual proper kit to read the ECU, everything to do with that. I can find fault codes, I can do everything with that. That's the RCK3. So I need to use that whenever I change tyres. I can alter traction control, anti-wheelie. Anti-wheelie set at medium at the minute. I can change lots, engine braking, the lot with that RCK. This is what I'm using today to try and find if there's any fault codes. Now, the bike, I have removed stickers. I just used a little bit of brake cleaner fluid just to get the stickers off. They were a nightmare. Stuck like shit. And this is a little twat that's been causing me an issue. The throttle. So I'm going to sort the throttle. Now, all the stuff for the GC911 is under here. So I do need to get that off. I am going to take the front nose cone off and the side fairings, because I need to get to the fans, which are under here as well. So there is quite a bit I've got to do, and that's just so I can get hooked up. What I'll do is I'll time lapse it. I'll time lapse getting fairings off, and then I'll go through it more. Enjoy. Before I start, what I did forget to tell you, when I did actually finish racing, and you'll see I put a video up the other week, and it was, well, beginning of the week, and it was just how to fit a trickle charger. Now, my trickle charger is here. If you watch it, you'll see where I've positioned it. And as soon as I got home, I put it on the trickle charger. Battery's full. It's a lithium battery. What I don't want to do is for that to go flat. And literally, if you let them go flat, they're knackered. You have to buy a new one, and they are expensive. So as soon as I come home from racing, put it on trickle charger, keeps it looked after, all that. You can check that. It's a bit of a pants video, to be honest, but gives you a little insight. They're quite easy to fix. Make sure you get them on a trickle charger. Get looking after your battery. Let's put it that way. Right. Take fairings off. Come. Right, here we go. I've got the fairings off. I now need to get to this. So that is the I don't know if they call them OBD readers on a car, but literally that is what I'm going to be using. So if I take that off, you can see that's what I'm going to connect my GS911. So I've already got it plugged in. Kit that stunning. Right, so I'll open the program. Right, before I do anything, better get it connected. So it's a bit of a weird plug, this. So you gotta get it up, and there you go. So you gotta get it. No, there you go. So you gotta get it on right, and then you twist it to lock it in. That's not on. Well, come on. I know I can get you. There you go. So and then you twist it and it locks in. So that should be that. There's the kit. Interface connected. Right, so auto scan. Oh, turn bike on. That helps. And this is why it's always good to keep it on a trickle charge. Look, no error codes, nothing on there. ABS is constantly on because I don't use it. I did switch that off. I believe I use this. So look, now I'm going to put an auto scan. Literally all I'm going to do is I'm looking for fault codes because of the throttle and the fan. So it is auto scanning at the minute. Just see that. I did get this with the bike. Tells me voltage and everything. There's loads this thing does. Here we go. So we've got, oh, here we go. Control, so engine controller. 8 faults. Whoosh. Active suspension 4. Instrument cluster 3. Okay. Right, so if I scroll down, here we go. Fault codes. Throttle grip center. Oh, no shit. Throttle grip, Now I have bought a new throttle, I'll come into that in a bit. Fault code history. Level 2 monitoring of electric fuel pump, open circuit. Yes, I know I've got no gauge to tell me how much fuel I've got in. Level 2 monitor emergency operation. Oh, what's that? Throttle grip, no CAN message. Vehicle speed from ABS or G. I've got it switched off. So I've got semi-active suspension. I ain't got that anymore. So that shouldn't even be on there. Hardware fails. God, it's got a few here. Travel sensor. Yes, because I've not got it. It's got different suspension altogether. It's not got were it DDF it came with. Keyless ride. Yep, I've got that. Instrument cluster. Program count 2. I'd have to check. I will check these codes, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Clear all fault codes, and then rescan. So I'm going to rescan. So I've cleared all fault codes, rescan it. Now I bet that throttle's missed because it's not done it. While that's doing that, what I mean by it's not done it is the bike's on, but look, no matter what I do with that throttle, no fault code. And actually, I don't know if you can hear that on camera, but I'm going to twist the throttle, listen. So it's a digital throttle, and I can hear something under the tank going off. Right, suspension, fault, 4 codes, controller, ABS, they're all gone. Keyless ride's gone. Look, so I've just cleared the codes, and now this has come up. So I've got semi-active suspension. I haven't got the original one on, it's a different one, so I'm not bothered about that. Instrument cluster. Continuous automotive, blah blah blah. Odometer. Firmware update. Firmware date. Park light, open circuit. Rear light, open circuit. Yes, I ain't got them on. Guess what? Not on a race bike. Defective fuel lever sensor. There we go. So that's why. So I need a fuel level sensor. I need to order one of them. Not a problem, I can do that. Right. While we're doing that then, let me select the vehicle. It's an S series, 2016. Right, engine control, ABS brakes, that's still off. Instrument cluster. Right, engine controller. Let's have a look. Service functions, there we go, that's what I'm looking for. I'm going to see if I can actually get the fans to operate. I'm going to go into reset mixture. Oh, reset, I need that for in a bit, so I don't need them. Enable or disable output test. Yeah, here we go. Fan, turn fan off or on. That's the one. The fan will be activated for 10 seconds. Oh! So the fan's going. Why didn't it come on? The output actuation completed successfully. So the fan's actually working. Why on earth? I wonder if the thermostat's not working right. And this is everything. This is most of the stuff you're going to come across with bikes doing. And yeah, I got through race day. Throttle was the biggest issue. I'll come to that. I've got it ready. I did order it. It came while I was working away. The fan works, so why didn't it kick on? That's another thing I need to look at. But this GCS 911, absolutely brilliant. And I'm no expert. I'm no computer expert. I'm just blagging this, so literally gone through it, tried to find stuff. Now I did, if I go back, because I do need to go back, because I need that, service functions, was it? Adaptations, reset twist grip. I will be doing that. I'm not going to mess about with throttle valves or any of this stuff. I don't know what that is. Reset DTC? No, because it's not got it. Oh, dynamic traction control. Active stability. I'm not touching them. I'll do that through RCX. Right. Next part. I did order a throttle. I'll switch the bike off while I'm doing my next part because I have got a bit to do. Right, I am going to change this throttle. Now what I did buy, I'm not getting paid, I'm not sponsored, nothing at all. I've actually had to pay for this. There is other stuff I needed to get, but how expensive a part. I bought a Jet Prime. Not sponsored by them. I get nothing from them, nothing at all. I'll soon tell you if it's any good once I get it racing at Brands, because I'm at Brands next. I am going to fit this. It's a direct replacement. Quick action throttle. I am going to give a shout out, and I'm not sponsored by them. I bought this from UK. I could have got it from Italy. They offered me a discount on it, but I don't trust that shipping tax now. I've been ripped off a few times. Yeah, you get it a little bit cheaper, then you have to pay a stupid amount to get it into the country. So I didn't want to do that. I bought it from UK, and it's from these guys. Yeah, motorcycleraceparts.co.uk. Bloke called, I messaged him about it. Made sure everything, and answered immediately. Really good communication. Brilliant delivery. Literally, I think it was next day, and it was free delivery, but absolutely fantastic. Came really well. Really good communication. The only sell is in, oh, I'm sure he said Huddersfield. I know he's in Yorkshire. Let's put it that way. Only sells online. He's on eBay. That's one at shops. But look, Motorcycle Race Parts UK. Really good. It's got loads of stuff. I have bought stuff from another company, which is supposed to be a bit active. They're not. You know, they take ages for anything to come, but came really, really quick. If anything, and I don't get sponsored or anything. I just give him a shout out. Someone called Tom, motorcycleraceparts.co.uk. Use them. Get on there, order it, and not being funny. Once you order something, you get discounts on stuff. So like tyre warmers, 15% off there. If I need anything other, 10% off that one. 10% off, so off my next order. So it's, get using them. So I just thought I'd give him a shout out. I don't get anything from them at all. I've got a bit discount when I order something else, though. Let's put it that way. Right, fit in this one. Right, I'll just get it started. Right, I was trying to cheat a little. I was trying to get a little bit ahead, but got screwed over. And this is the thing with buying second-hand bikes. You don't know who's been messing about with it before and all that sort of stuff. Now, what I've come across is here, they're absolutely knackered. Now, I will unplug the sensor and just put that out of the way, but I've had 1, 2, 3 sets out trying to get it so that I can get that undone. I've eventually got it loose, but what a nightmare. And that's purely down to, obviously, it must have been an issue before for people, because to me, it just don't sit right. Forgot I do need to take that off first, so obviously you need a brake lever guard for racing. Even for track days, you've got to have a brake guard on. What makes that? GP Pro. There you go, just put that to one side. Put that, oh, while I remember, it is lock wired, so I do need to, got you, because I do need the throttle grip, believe it or not. Will it be easy to take that off while it's on the bike? Probably. Let's see. Ooh. Well, that don't want to come off. I need to get it off because I need it. I'll sort that in a bit. I'll probably do that off camera. Now my main thing is getting this undone. Like I said, I did cheat a little bit off camera because that one just spins. So I've got, can get into that one. They're just mashed up, honestly. Let's try Torx instead. Nowhere near. It feels like I'm gripping something in that one. This is not good, I can tell you that. They're both knackered. So, might if I can get a thinner one in there. They're just rounded off. Why would anyone? Who on earth did that? An idiot. I am just forcing it a bit. Forever? Wow. Look at that, rounded off to the hilt. I'm gonna have to sort that. Right, so look at this. This throttle doesn't look like it's got much travel, but when you compare it with a Jet Prime, oh my god, it's like, now this is a 60 degree. There is an Alpha one which is 65 degree. 60. This is a proper quick action throttle. So that goes in there, that goes in there, that goes on there, and hopefully should be just a nice easy change. Now I do know I've got to put the, oh there you go, throttle grip on. I'll do that off camera. I will do the reset as well. Now this is everything you don't see. You gotta think, it's no good turning up for your race day. Look at that, it's just a direct replacement, so easy. Got to think about where I'm putting everything. So that's on the end. Tell you what. Oh, yeah. Every single time. I'm not going to do it fully tight, I'm just going to get it somewhere near. I'll put that near that throttle so I don't lose it. Right, I'm not fully tightening that up just because I might change where it is. Plug it in. Does it go in there? Don't understand that. Oh, does that come off? Right. So good job I look at this sort of stuff first. So that's got to come off so that that can fit in, because it's nowhere near at the moment. Or does it? Oh, it does. Is that all the way in? I'll tell you what, let's have a look. Let's have a look. So what I'm going to do is reset twist grip on the laptop. Right. Channel 2 lower, continue. Turn off the ignition. Done. Turn on the ignition. Tells me what to do, it just walks you through it. Open the throttle grip to the maximum and hold. So, maximum and hold. Close the throttle grip to the minimum idle. Turn off the ignition. Turn on the ignition. Procedure complete. Throttle grip calibration completed. Right, so how easy is that? I can hear it. I can hear it moving it. So that just needed pushing. I am going to secure them cables better. Let me just do that again. I'm going to double make sure. So reset twist grip. Procedure complete. Right. The current values are upper throttle, upper 1, 82, 19, 19. Continue. Right. Switch off the ignition. I'm going to switch that off. Switch on. On. 100% throttle. And then off to idle. So that went from 100 to 99. Switch it off. Turn on. Procedure complete. Hopefully that sorts it. I won't know until brands quick action throttle. Like I say, I'm not sponsored or anything by them. If you wanna throw us a message. That feels feisty. That, look at that. Oh my god, got to be careful with that one. Right, I'm just going to tidy that up. I'll get the twist grip on and everything off camera, and then I'm going to have a look at the heater next, or the fan should I say, because surely. Right, cracked on, got that done. Put it all back together. I did have to just move it around a bit because there's a wire here, and I just moved it and taped it to that one. I made sure it moves. What a throttle. What I did do, I went into the computer, and I'm not a geek. I messed something up. I've had to go back into memory and relearn the clocks. I changed it to from miles an hour to kilometres. I just thought I'd be smart, but no, I weren't. Now, I do need a bit of help. If you are watching this and you've got a BMW SRR 2016, so it's a K46. What I came across with the fan, and this is with the fan, I got these two little wires here. One's a brown and one's a red and blue, and they are connected to the fan somehow. So the joining in here, I did put a Google out and it says it's to do with the fan heating. Now the only other socket, I've got one there, which and this is the thing with second-hand bikes, if you can just see there's a connector cut there. I don't know if that's from that, because the only other blue and red, and I think I can just see a bit of blue on that, but there's a brown and I don't know where that's from. So that red and blue could be that one, or I found this one and there's a red and blue wire on that, and that's just got a blank case on. So has that got a plug missing off of that? If you've got a BMW, give us a shout out, because I don't know. The fan's working. I think this might be to do with the thermostat. And I don't know if it goes in that one or if it goes in that one. Give us a shout out. Give us a little bit of help on that. Right, I think that's me done for today. Oh, before I forget, the old throttle, I did get that off. I need to get my lock wire stuff just to put a little cable round that. That were a twat to get off. This was the throttle that's on. I can. It's very wobbly. There's no give in that at all. That's like solid, but I wonder if that's part of why it were messed up, because there's a lot of play in that. Anyway, I'll not be using that again. But I went to put it in the box, and look at this. Obviously there's some instructions from the Jet Prime, and I got a couple of stickers. Look at that. I've got a Jet Prime keyring. It were in the bottom of the box. Brilliant. That is me done for today. I'll probably upload this first. I have only got tomorrow, and then I'm travelling away for work again. Brilliant. Tomorrow I want to get to... God, I've got so much to do. I'm going to change my sprockets just for gearing. I'll come to that one. I think that's got something to do with how crap I were on starts and my acceleration out of corners. My braking were fantastic. I have just had a quick look at my brakes. Don't know if you can see the difference in thickness between this side and that side. I have had the vernier gauge, I think they're called. I have had that out. They're still within tolerance. It does tell you tolerance outside, and I think it said 4 point minimum. Where is it? See it somewhere. Minimum 4.5 mil, and the way over 5, the 5.5. But they do look. If you want to hit, if anyone wants to hit me up with some front brake discs for a BMW, I will talk. I'll probably end up recording it tomorrow. Right, I'll leave it at there for today for this, because I think I'm done for today. A bit more mechanical stuff tomorrow rather than digital. What I will say is GS911 does everything. You can service it and everything. So it takes your lights on, changes all parameters, all that sort of stuff. If you're a geek, get it. RCK, obviously that's basic stuff for me. I don't mess about with fueling at all. I'll change wheelie control, and I just use that for the wheel diameters, because traction control goes ape shit if you don't put the correct wheel diameter in. I learnt that at Donington Park when it rained, and I put a different size tyre in. No traction control, rain. Don't ever put it in rain mode. Useless. I will say that. Right, if you're enjoying it, give us a subscribe, give us a like, and I will catch you later. Roll on, Brands Hatch. Come on.